Now let's bring in former mayor for New York City and former attorney for President Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani. Mr. Mayor, I'm so glad you're here. Such breaking news this afternoon, splashed over every headline. I'll let you describe what you read in this now unsealed warrant. Tell us what you think. What were they going for, sir?
Well, I think it's not absolutely clear. I mean, a return on a warrant is not very helpful. It's the affidavit that supports the warrant that you really want to see, because that tells you what evidence they have. But here are some of the things about this that are very bizarre. There's a leak that this has something to do with a very serious national security matter, nuclear weapons, or very high top secret documents. The magistrate who issued this warrant gave them 11 days to return the warrant. I mean, that's extraordinary if this was a matter of grave concern. And the FBI got it. They were 1 hour away from Mar-a-Lago, and they took 48 hours to do anything about it. Basically, they took the weekend in Palm Beach. So in my experience as a federal prosecutor, when we had a matter of even moderate urgency, you execute the warrant immediately. You don't get a warrant with an 11-day window if national security is truly at risk. And you don't sit around.
So allow me, Mr. Mayor, allow me, because that's an important point here. You know, one of the things that they're claiming is that there may have been some issues with nuclear policy, whether Trump had some documents that outline maybe where we had nukes or what some highly classified information. Call me crazy, but if I'm worried about that and I'm the FBI, I don't know. Trump's been out of office for what, 17, 18 months? Don't you think?
Yeah, it's a little
don't
weird,
you
isn't it?
think I would be knocking on Mar-a-Lago a hell of a lot sooner than August 12th, 2022?
Yeah, and let's assume you just found out about it. You know, for some reason, you just found out about it. You wouldn't take a warrant that gave you 11 days. And you wouldn't take the weekend off once you got the warrant when you were just 1 hour away from Mar-a-Lago. To execute it. It would be as if, I got a warrant on John Gotti and I spent the weekend hanging around Brooklyn waiting, I'll execute it on Monday. What the heck? If he runs away, who cares?
Mr. Mayor,
I mean, I'm being a little sarcastic, but let me tell you, I think it's totally ridiculous.
I agree.
And I think this whole warrant is a piece of junk. And I think this is the most outrageous things that's happened in American judicial history, and I think Garland should resign in disgrace.
So stay with me here for a second, sir. Stay with me. I have the warrant. A few pages, not very, very in-depth reading, but something jumped out at me. Attachment B, letter B, and they're talking about some of the things that they were looking for. Information including communications in any form regarding the retrieval, storage, or transmission of national defense information or classified material. Are they actually, I mean, I see what they're going there, sir. They're going for some sort of wire fraud or treasonous behavior. But do they really think that Donald Trump was going to call or email or text the national security, some of our most protected nuclear secrets? Is that what they're accusing here?
No, I think what they're trying to do is to create the impression so that the out-of-control idiots they have on CNN and MSNBC will jump up and down in their chairs, say words like espionage and treason, just like they do with January 6th was worse than Pearl Harbor. And this is just fuel for them. But then if you want to get serious about it and you look at it from the point of view of a professional law enforcement officer, I'm sorry, you're just not taking something seriously when you have an 11-day window on a warrant. Mm-hmm. And you also, when you get it, don't rush there and execute it, but you take the weekend off. Yeah. But that tells me all I need to know about how this is a bunch of, stagecraft and not real law enforcement.
So, Mr. Mayor, let me ask you, as a follower of law and processes, they have to go after, if they're going to go after Trump, the man himself, don't they have to prove a willful knowledge of what was in those boxes, and he somehow decided to hide that fact? That's one question. And
yes, exactly.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but take this one also. I don't think the Trump presidency, anyone involved with Trump, packed those boxes. I understand it was the GSA. Is that about right?
That is about right. And I mean, that if you think about it, that's the way a president moves. A president doesn't pack up 35, 40, 50 boxes. GSA packs it up. This is all material, out of excess of cost. I mean, as far as I can tell, he declassified all of it. So when they call it classified information, he had the power when he was president to declassify it, and he did. And second, the statute says you have to knowingly conceal. The word knowingly is there, and the word conceal is there. Mm-hmm. Somebody else packs it up, and you don't really know. There's no room here for negligence.
Let's do this.
This is nothing compared to what Hillary Clinton did.
This is very
where
quickly.
She knowingly destroyed 33,000 emails.
Let's stay on this. Put your prosecutor hat on and pretend you're one of these leftist nut jobs or at the DOJ, and you're going after Trump. Let's just pretend for a second. Espionage Act. That's a serious accusation. Mishandling the documents, whatever. Willful knowledge of it. And here, sir, wouldn't Trump have had to go through those boxes that were packed by someone else, see what was in them, realize they were classified, close the box up, and keep his mouth shut, or do something nefarious with it in order for him to be guilty or liable of what they're accusing him? Am I missing this?
No, you're right. That's exactly right. Those are the words of the statute. You have to conceal, you have to destroy, you have to mutilate, you have to do something active to show that you're trying to hide this or conceal it or destroy it, the way Hillary did. And he did none of those things. And in fact, he was complying with the subpoena. He had already turned over about half of them. They had been there, and they actually surveyed these on May 25th and had a plan to subpoena them. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, they changed plans and decided to do a Hollywood search warrant. Obviously, in order to hurt him politically, because they are deathly afraid that he's going to be elected president.
They're good. They're good, sir. They're good, sir. They're good at Hollywood search warrants. You look at Roger Stone, you look at Peter Navarro, and now you look at Mar-a-Lago.
J.P. Morgan's CEO is warning that an economic hurricane is coming. Are you preparing? If you don't do anything, your 401k could be a 201k, and that is not good. So call our trusted friends at Lear Capital. For 25 years, Lear has helped investors own gold to protect against market chaos. It's a good thing. They can help you, too. Get your information and up to $15,000 in bonus IRA gold. Just call this number, 800-880-4300. That's 800-880-4300.